When Tushar drove the new generation 3 Series a year and a half back, this is what he had to say.
The new BMW 3 Series is larger, it's lighter and it's loaded with more tech as well. But is that really what matters? I mean, after all, even BMW themselves call this a sports sedan, not a luxury sedan.
So clearly Tushar is selfish, wants to have all the fun and single. But what about normal people? People with family and kids, or people who are mostly chauffeur driven and want to buy a relatively affordable BMW sedan? Well, BMW now has an answer. Say hello to the BMW 3 Series Gran Limousine. So clearly, as the name suggests, the priorities with this car are a little different. Where in the normal 3 Series, sports comes first and then comfort, with this car, they are trying to find the perfect balance. So have they succeeded? I'll tell you in a few minutes. In terms of design, the front is exactly the same. Even the rear design is exactly the same. But wait. Except for the L letter, which has a significant effect in the way this car looks in profile. So the letter L stands for long wheelbase. So as compared to the normal 3 Series, the Gran Limousine has a wheelbase that is 110 millimeters longer. So because of that, this car not only looks more imposing and sleek, but also has a positive effect on its number one priority, the rear seat comfort. Oh wow, what a shot. Anyway, talking about the rear seat experience, as you can see, I have loads and loads of knee room. As compared to the 3 Series, it is 43 mm more. You would ask, why only 43 and not 110 mm? Because the seat cushioning is thicker for added comfort and the seat is really supportive. Oh, what kind of a reviewer I am when I'm not telling you about. Under thigh support is great, more than enough headroom. And yes, it's a nice place to be in. You also get really pampered in the rear seat of the Gran Limousine because you get loads of storage spaces. You also get third zone climate control and you get 2 USB Type-C sockets to charge your mobile phone. What could have made this rear seat even better are rear sun blinds, adjustable backrest, a foldable table to maybe put your laptop on, and controls to adjust the front seat to generate more knee room at the back. As compared to the luxury line in the normal 3 Series, you do get an upgraded Harman & Kardon sound system, more ambient lighting, more silver accents which do look more luxurious, and a big panoramic sunroof. So other than the feature additions, the traditional 3 Series strengths are still there. You get a beautiful iDrive system which is wonderful to use, and now you also get wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, which makes the wireless charging pad really usable. And then talking about quality, everywhere you touch, feel, it is impeccable and hard to flaw. The addition in length has also affected the weight, which has gone up by around 70 to 80 kilos. That's quite a bit. So has it affected the ride, handling, or the engine performance of the Gran Limousine? In terms of engine options, it is the same as the normal 3, where you get a 2-liter turbocharged petrol engine with 258 horsepower, and we are driving the diesel, which is a 2-liter 190 horsepower engine. So the engine, it's refined, it's smooth, it is punchy as well. But the star of the show is the gearbox. It is quick and it's smooth as well. So driving this car in a relaxing manner or in a fast manner is really enjoyable. Yes, on paper, it is slightly slower than the normal 3 Series by around 0.8 seconds to 100 kilometers per hour. But from behind the wheel, you won't really notice it. Even out on the highway, this engine has loads of torque which makes overtaking easy, and even the quick shifting gearbox helps your cause. With the addition of space, the Gran Limousine is not only more comfortable in terms of seating, but BMW has also softened the suspension to make it good at tackling bad roads. And clearly you can feel the difference where this car just glides over worst of our road surfaces. And even out on the highway, yes, the suspension is soft, but the damping is good as well, where it doesn't feel bouncy even over undulating surfaces. Combine the luxurious and plush ride quality with the quiet cabin, the 3 Series Gran Limousine might be the best riding car in its segment. A BMW best riding? I don't remember saying that in a long time. Obviously, in the Gran Limousine, the handling takes a bit of a hit. For example, because of the long wheelbase, it doesn't dart into corners as quickly as, say, the normal 3 Series does, and also because of the softer suspension, which makes the ride really plush. In corners, the Gran Limousine rolls quite a bit, so yes, it doesn't feel as keen as the normal 3 Series, but for most people, this car's dynamic ability will be more than enough, and as compared to the competition, it is at par. So, does the 3 Series Gran Limousine has the right mix of sportiness and comfort? And the answer is yes. It handles well enough and it's got a really plush ride. On top of that, the comfortable rear seat really elevates its luxury quotient. We expect BMW to price the Gran Limo around the same cost as the 3 Series M Sport variant, which is around 48 to 50 lakh rupees. So the 3 Series family has become richer with the normal variant appealing to the keen driver, while this, well, honestly, this car has such a good mix of sportiness and comfort that this will appeal to most Indian buyers. So if you're looking to buy a 3 Series or any other car in this segment, the Gran Limo should be on top of your list. So the iDrive system is clearly one of the best in the business in terms of display quality and usability. But the same can't be said about the instrumentation. Yes, the display quality is good, but the layout is a bit too simple, and also it doesn't have too much functionality. On top of that, say for example, when you're in comfort, the dials look nice and sporty, while in sport, they look less sporty. So in this car, you get auto dimming outside rear view mirror, which is great for night driving. But guess where it's missing? On the left mirror. So the wireless charging pad on the Gran Limousine is big enough to fit a S20 Plus from Samsung with a thick cover. But because the OnePlus 8 Pro is slightly taller with a thick cover, it won't fit and you have to remove the cover for it to fit inside. In terms of storage spaces, the Gran Limousine is really good, where in the door pockets in the rear, you can fit a big bottle, a small bottle as well on its side, and plus there's some space remaining to put your wallet in. Even the seat back pockets are nice spring loaded, and the hard cover ensures that you can secure things in place. But the cool thing are these pop-out cup holders. They look like eyes of a robot. And not only that, they are as smart as a robot, where if you have a cup or a bottle which is small, you can always adjust and secure them in place. So as I have mentioned a million times that the rear seat of the Gran Limousine is really comfortable, but what about the third person in the middle? So yes, getting your foot over this big transmission tunnel is a pain, but once you're in it, it's not bad at all. You have just about enough headroom, and knee room, as expected, is not a problem at all. Thanks to the much larger door on the Gran Limousine, getting in and out of it is much easier as compared to the normal 3 Series. Now this car actually replaces the 3 Series GT, and in terms of boot space is where this car falls behind. Because the 3 Series GT used to have a notch opening, this one has a normal boot opening, and the boot space is exactly the same as the normal 3 Series. So the boot floor is quite high, and also because of which loading big bags can be a problem.
24 पैंतीस
इनमें से कुछ भी नहीं बिका सर।
क्या सेल करेगा जिमी? 20 साल में कभी ऐसा नहीं देखा है। नो कस्टमर्स, नो सेल।
कार देखो गाड़ी पे होम इंस्पेक्शन बुक करो और कार बेचो ऑफिस, घर या कहीं से भी और पाओ बेस्ट प्राइस, क्विक पेमेंट, फ्री आरसी ट्रांसफर एंड डॉक्यूमेंटेशन। आज से तुम यहाँ पे वेटर नहीं, डिलीवरी बॉय भी। अभी जाओ। कार देखो गाड़ी पे होम इंस्पेक्शन बुक करो और बेस्ट प्राइस पे कार बेचो कहीं से भी। गाड़ी फॉरवर्ड तो इंडिया फॉरवर्ड।